Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. I've got on my Fitbit, but there will be no fitness for me this morning. I'll be happy to watch. Ethan and I have a December date, and I'm going to be getting back in it. We are so pleased to be joined. Ethan's brought some company. He's brought the Bowflex Barbie herself, along with Elite Wellness. Good morning. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Morning, Phil.
Good morning.
Listen, man, congratulations on the weekend. UB, I saw it.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
UB was a huge success.
Yeah.
We just want to say thanks to the community,
Yeah.
the university. Everybody came out. We had a really good time. So.
Excellent. Okay, so the first quarter of the year is over. People are still probably trying to do their things. I mean, you've been talking this Healthy Bahamas thing for a long time. We're headed into the second quarter. What should we be doing next?
Yeah, well, normally around April, the New Year's resolutions are already fizzled out.
Yeah.
People are, trying to get back and get ready for summer.
Yeah.
And so my advice is, you just want to keep it simple, set realistic goals. And I like to use the SMART goal model.
Okay.
So your goal should be specific, measurable, attainable, time-bound, well, relevant and time-bound.
Okay.
And so all that means is that instead of saying I want to lose weight or I want to get a beach body, have a specific number. I want to lose maybe 10, 15 pounds. I'm going to do this by eating X amount of meals, balanced diet, and of course, training X amount of days a week. And that's actually why Dekel, Bowflex Barbie is here. She's actually going to show us some light things that we can do, because everybody can't get in the gym. Everybody doesn't have time to go to a class. So she's going to run us through a little simple routine that we could actually do at home or at work or wherever.
Excellent. I mean, we've got two champions in the street. I love that, Ethan. Listen, it's going to be a dream until you put timelines and targets to it, and it becomes goals.
Definitely.
All right. Dekel Nasbit. Okay, Dekel, what are we going to be doing this morning? Let's jump into it.
So we're going to be doing 2 circuits. We're going to show you some movements that you can do simply with a resistance band and a yoga mat or whatever floor space you have. So we're going to start with the band, and you're going to place them under your feet. And we're going to start with bicep curls, palms facing forward, keeping the elbows nice and tight to the side, curling up. We're going to do 10 reps. 1,
So what is that working?
2. This is working as biceps.
Isolating the biceps.
Yeah, isolating the biceps.
The guns.
Yes, the resistance bands come in different weights. So if you find that you can buy a set, they'll have different weights depending on how strong you are and what level of fitness you're at. Perfect. And you're curling up. Remember, isolating the biceps by keeping those elbows nice and tight. So we're not using the shoulders by lifting the biceps.
So is this more the number of reps or the resistance in the pull?
Depending on your goals. If your goal is to build lean muscle, then you don't necessarily need to go super heavy.
Okay.
But the resistance is enough to give us a challenge as we work out.
Okay, great.
And next we're going to go into tricep kickbacks. You want to turn to the side so they can see the actual movement. Perfect. Again, elbows nice and tucked. We're going to extend the triceps back. You can see he's working his triceps.
Oh, I can see them. I
So
can see them.
so the opposite muscle to the bicep, the triceps, perfect. And you see he's contracting at the back. He's not just rushing through the movement. Isolating the triceps.
What about the stand? I mean, should he be bent over more or just?
No, he's perfect. You don't want to bend too much to where your back is rounded. You want to keep the back nice and flat. We're focusing on the triceps here. Slight bend to the knee for stabilization.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Ethan. And now we're going to go into a squat. Now, a lot of people squat differently depending on their hip flexibility. I would say the most important thing is when you're getting your stance, turn sideways again for me so we can see it from the side. You want to get a shoulder width, maybe a little wider, toes turned up slightly depending on your knees, your bad knees or not. And as you squat, go ahead. You want to make sure the heels and the toes are both planted.
Okay.
Notice his back is nice and flat. He's looking straight up, shoulders back, chest up. Perfect. And as low as you can. If you can break parallel, go ahead, break parallel. If you can't, then as low as you can.
Right. So when you add weight, what exactly are you doing? Because he's obviously doing it without weight right now.
Yeah. Adding the weight gives you some resistance, obviously. If your goal is to build lean muscle, you want to go with the resistance. The more resistance, the better. But for now, if you're not a good squatter, if you're a beginner, I would say start with no weights. Okay. Just to make sure you have your form right, because you don't want to add weights and risk an injury.
And how many reps? I mean, just.
On average, we'll do 15 to 20 reps. Yeah.
Does it matter how you do your feet? Is that all about the knees, the actual feet?
Not all. Sometimes if the wider you go, the more you turn the toes out, you're targeting different muscles in the legs. Yeah. You're targeting the butt more as you turn the toes out more. Right. So now we're gonna go down on the ground. Onto the mat, we're going to do some core work. Everybody loves core. So we're going to start in a plank. Your hand placement is about a little wider than shoulder width. Good, he's going to the forearms. Notice his back is nice and flat. Drop the hips just a little bit. And it's a straight line from his head, straight down to his feet. Your feet placement isn't too critical. A little wider, a little closer. Some people prefer it close. But you're going to hold that, engage the core, nice and tight. Squeeze the glutes. And you're going to hold that typically 30 seconds to a minute. And we'll do about 3 rounds of that in a typical workout.
You see people doing this often. I mean, it works.
It does.
Okay.
Planks are one of the best workouts exercises for your core. But a lot of people do it wrong. A lot of times you see people looking like a mountain.
Right, exactly.
Their butt's too high or their back is sunken. The most important thing is keeping that back, the whole back,
And you
nice
don't,
and flat.
nobody needs to put any weights on your back to make it
You don't have to.
Okay.
No. For core exercises, honestly, you don't need a whole lot of weights.
Yeah. How's it going, Ethan?
Perfect. Bring it up to a high plank onto the hand. Just another variation of the plank. If the forearm is too difficult and you can't keep that flat line, this is the easier version, I find. Or if you can't load onto the forearm as well. And this is not good if you have bad wrists.
Okay.
Loading onto the hands, So, but this is another version of the plank, and we're going to do a swivel. So bring the opposite knee to the opposite elbow. Perfect, as close as you can get it, and alternate. And this is working the obliques.
Okay.
So the sides, And we'll do about 10 on each side, so 20 in total. You don't have to do all of them.
Oh, thank God.
But that's a really good variation, going straight from the plank up to the hand, so there's not too much transition time. Good. Now you're going to flip it over onto your back.
That's usually my thinking about push-up position.
Thinking about
The
that.
planks, yeah.
That's good. Perfect. And we're going to go into a reverse crunch. Lay flat, rest the head down, hands flat at your side. You're going to press your lower back into the floor so that we're engaging the core and bringing the knees in towards the chest. Perfect. And straight out. Then back to that 90-degree. Good. And out. So the most important thing is do not allow the lower back to lift as the knees come in. You want to keep that stability.
You can damage your back.
Yeah. You're going to put the pressure into your back and you're taking the resistance from your core.
Is this upper or lower? I mean, as we wrap up the segment, this
Anything that you do with your legs off the ground is lower abs. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's good. So this is working as lower abs.
And this was like about 30 minutes, and you do this in your.
Yeah. So typically, all the exercise I did, you do maybe 3 to 4 rounds of it, and that'll take you anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how quickly you go through it. So you add some cardio stuff in there, some jumping jacks, or some jump rope in between.
Right. Listen, man. He was pretty quiet during that segment. But listen, I'm going to be joining you pretty soon. We got our December challenge. It's going to be in December. I got plenty of working to do in between then. But listen, Ethan,
thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to be back.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We've been with the ProFlex Barbie herself, Dekel and of course, Elite Fitness Wellness Solutions. Ethan Kwok. We'll be right back.